Hey, hey guys, this is Allie at The Inner Gaze. Thank you for joining me. I know it's been quite some time since I've made a video, probably about 6 months since my last video. So I felt called to come on and talk about the ascension and where we are in this expansion of consciousness in our reality. And I just want to start off by saying that for those of you who are listening and your loved ones and anyone you're connected to, I wish that you have the most highest vitality during this time, and that I hope you're all staying safe and healthy and find yourself, even in dark situations, if some of you are struggling financially or struggling with depression or fear, that you do find moments of love and connection in your life at this time. Even though we are isolated, some of us are already breaking free of those sort of not self-imposed, but those regulations of being isolation. Some of us are stepping a little bit out of our bounds, out of our homes, getting outside with nature. I hope that as you are doing that, in the process, you do feel a connection with yourself, with the people that you love, and with nature. So, having said that, I did want to talk about where we are in the ascension process. And what I will say is that I haven't really talked about this in a while, mainly because I had been going through my own phase of dealing with untangling some of the deep-seated wounds that I have taken on in this lifetime. Some deep-seated wounds specifically around love, specifically around abandonment and attachment. And isolation kind of couldn't have come at a better time. But, if we created this reality for ourselves, the quarantine has been medicine. I say that for me. If that is triggering for you, I hope that you're able to come to a sense of peace with your situation in this moment. But for me, it has been medicine in a lot of ways. Being forced into solitude, I live alone. I have a cat, so I'm not completely alone. There's a life being around me. Has forced me to sort of really go within and challenge a lot of the residual feelings and emotions and pains and the beliefs that are attached to them while being in isolation. And specifically, the belief that love is painful. And that is a big one. I wanted to share that with you guys because challenging those beliefs around love and what you deserve are essential to the process of inviting love into your life, inviting self-love and inviting divine love into your life. And then once you do open up to the fact that your beliefs and your thoughts have been creating your reality since the beginning of time. We all have. And let me repeat that. You have been creating your reality. You. There is a force at play when we choose to believe certain things about ourselves, about our world, and we place conditions on our reality or expectations on our reality. When we place those conditions on ourselves, we end up manifesting and attracting lack in our lives, more fear in our lives, more experiences in our lives that make us feel completely isolated and separate from others. So The reality is, you can change your beliefs. And part of you changing your beliefs start with recognizing what the pain is telling you. You have the power to decide what you want to experience in this reality. However, a lot of law of attraction gurus and things that are out there, I just recently saw this in a video and it was super resonant. I wish I could remember who this person was. If I do, I'll link it in the video. But what they channeled was that one of the false teachings of a lot of spiritual leaders, gurus, is that in order to manifest something into your reality, you have to feel the feeling and the emotion of what it's going to be like when it happens. And you have to wholeheartedly believe that that outcome is meant for you. And what is happening when you do that is when you wholeheartedly believe in an outcome that's meant for you, but it is not present in your reality, you are going to feel the pain, the wanting, the longing, and the unreasonable hurt that it doesn't exist in your reality now. It is impossible to want something specific and know that it is not here and not experience pain or any form of resistance in your body because of it. Now, that resistance only exists because you have also placed a condition on your manifestation. So for instance, let's say you really want to experience love. And I'm not just falling in love with like and having a relationship, getting married, like that old paradigm stuff. I mean divine love, pure connection and oneness with another individual, right? If that's something you've always wanted, but you've attached an outcome to a specific individual and a specific path of getting there, unfortunately, your body is still going to be in resistance to experiencing love, because what you're telling yourself is that love is something that I might get in the future. Love is something I'm still waiting to arrive. And you're still healing all the pain and trauma that exists in your body from not having that specific thing. And that is only because you've attached yourself to a very specific outcome. And that outcome is actually creating a limitation in your energetic field, telling the universe you're not ready to experience what it is that you want. So the process of letting go of a specific outcome can be really challenging, especially if you've had an encounter in your life or a very strong soul connection that has shown you divine love. And that in and of itself is its own journey. But specifically, what I realized I was doing by holding on to a specific outcome and acknowledging that it wasn't here right now, I realized I was accepting rejection as a form and connection to love. They were not separate. Love and rejection were together for me in the same belief. Every experience of love that I've ever had has come with rejection. Every experience of love that I've ever had has shown me lack, has not met me where I am in the ability to give love. And the reason that was happening was because I was not ready to accept love in my life yet. I was not totally ready. And any part of me that was not ready to accept love into my life, I was ignoring by chasing people who were not ready to love me back. I was willing and ready to love somebody, however, they weren't able to meet me there. And that is just a reflection of me not willing to accept real love into my life. So once I got to that conclusion, you can reframe your beliefs. You can reframe the story of rejection and love. If you are accepting if you are praying for a reality to happen later on, but in your current situation, they're not choosing you, or they're married, or they're treating you poorly, you are accepting a love that is tied to those feelings and emotions, which means you are not fully accepting love into your life right now. I hope this makes sense. I want you guys to think about what parts of you are holding on to a love story that includes pain. What parts of you, and this doesn't have to do with human love, like, or romantic love. It could be any love, familial love. This starts from the very beginning, guys. What parts of you are still holding on to a love story that includes pain? What if love can just be? So, I encourage you guys to journal out when you are feeling called to, when you are feeling pain or suffering, specifically around any sort of outcome you can't manifest, when you are feeling the lack of that manifestation, I challenge you to ask, what emotions, what negative emotions are you tying to the feelings of love and abundance? And write them down. Ask your guides. Ask them, how is it possible? Write this down. How is it possible for me to feel unconditional love and not feel pain and rejection? How would it be possible to turn my relationship with money to its purest form? Just ask the question. You don't need the answers. Ask the question. We are manifesting at an incredibly fast rate, consciously or unconsciously. You can see what's going on in the world. There's a lot of unconscious manifesting going on. There's a disease in the entire planet. There's a lot happening in the collective right now, but we are manifesting at an extraordinarily fast rate. And it's going to get faster because more and more of us are embodying this extremely high frequency that's available to us on the planet. We are starting to embody the true love essence that we are. And once we're fully embodied, holy crap, guys. Thought, and so it is. And that's for Jenna if she ever watches this video, but thought, and so it is. That is the dimension that we're moving into. It is the sudden wake up and realization that we have been all along creating and manifesting the reality, the dream that we live in and we walk in. The fourth dimension, which is, as some of you guys experienced already, some of you guys might be completely new to this journey and none of this is resonating. That's okay too. Some of you are far beyond where I just arrived recently. This is an individual journey. Take your pace. It is perfect. It is exactly where you are meant to be intended right now. But what we are moving towards is the full embodiment of our higher consciousness. Our higher consciousness isn't an individual personality. It isn't a soul essence or a higher self. It's more than that. Our higher self is connected to the one whole, the creative force that made us is descending into our bodies. It's a freaking wild time, guys. And when I learned about this, I was like, whoa, that's really crazy cool. I was experiencing tons of synchronicities. It was the fourth dimension. All these synchronicities seemed to be just reflecting and talking right back at me. Like seeing 11:11 on the clock, seeing words that I'm having in conversation show up on license plates, drive right by me. Yes, that is part of it. It gets crazier. It does. It does. It gets crazier, guys. What we see in our reality are and have always been a direct mirror of our thoughts and our energetic vibration at that time. If you have resistance to that, challenge that resistance. Any resistance is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to look within. Find those beliefs that you are connecting. Find where the good is connected to the lower emotions and challenge them. The less limitations you put on what you want in your life, the quicker it will manifest. And just be open that it can manifest in another form than you expected. So you really, 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 really want this job. You're trying to figure that out. You know, you've got all of your eggs in one basket. Take your eggs out of that basket, because there might be something that is wholeheartedly 10 times more aligned with you, your purpose, and what you're meant to be doing on this earth at this time, that is waiting for you. It is already there. However, you can't just believe it so. Because if you believe it so, then you're also waiting for something to arrive when it has already arrived. The only thing it is waiting for is you to decide. I'm ready to untangle the conditions that I have in my beliefs around money, success, and failure. Okay? And I know a lot of you are struggling right now, and it's not okay what you're going through, and I acknowledge your pain. And everyone is going through their own set of traumatic untanglings right now. And if you're feeling anger, and if you're feeling betrayed by your government, by the people that you loved, by the universe, that is totally acceptable and right. And you should feel those feelings. But there is a light on the other side of this tunnel. And it's coming in fast. So that's just a quick message to you guys. I love you. I'm sending you so much light right now. I want to keep doing these videos. I would like to come on. I don't know if I'm ready to share light language or do healings just yet. I'm still acclimating to a higher frequency. And it is like, it kind of feels like I'm just about to take mushrooms and I'm like about to trip and I'm like, oh God, like, am I gonna like this trip? That's kind of how it feels like. But anyway, I just want to send you love, and I want to hold your heart in mine, and I hope to see you soon.